time before you throw in the frozen. And so
I've never been a gourmet cook. You know, I don't like to make things that have, 50 different ingredients to them and have to use all these fancy tools and things like that. I grew up very much in a meat and potatoes kind of household. That's how my dad liked to eat, and so that's how my mom cooked. I've become a little bit more adventurous, and so I like to try new recipes as, I've gotten older and I've had a family and everything. My husband's a pretty adventuresome eater, so he will try pretty much anything that I make, except for blue cheese. but no, he will try pretty much anything I make. With having two kids, my older daughter is getting more willing to try things. My younger daughter is she takes a tiny little bite of it and it's kind of like, oh, I don't like that, and she won't go near it, again. But, I'm not, sure, we eat chicken fingers, we eat ravioli out of the freezer sometimes, things like that, but I don't buy pre-prepared meals. I don't buy Le Cuisine. I don't buy Stouffer's things, stuff like that. I mean, I like to actually make a dish. If I can't make a dish because of what we've got going on with extracurricular activity, stuff like that, I try and at least, give my family something that's, halfway decent for them. I like to, I've been starting more to try and cook with fresh stuff, especially with having the farmer's market, close by at this time of year, getting fresh vegetables and fruit and things like that. I really like to try and incorporate that kind of stuff when I can, so.
Well, you said you like to try new things. Where do you find recipes and that kind of thing?
I really like Southern Living. I subscribe to Southern Living first for the recipes and then for the other stuff, because most of the time they're really good and most of the time they're not too crazy to make. They're relatively easy. You don't have to be in the kitchen for 2 hours to make them.
Now, well, tell me a little bit about how you got into cooking. I mean, did someone in your family teach you? Did you kind of teach yourself?
I learned primarily from my mom. Both of my grandmothers were good cooks, and both of them, my mom and both of my grandmothers, baked a lot. I mean, always made homemade cookies, made pies, made cakes, anything like that. I mean, my dad's mom grew up in a restaurant, so she was constantly cooking. My other grandmother, she had a dad that had a sweet tooth. She had a husband that had a sweet tooth, and so she was always making pies. She taught me to make cherry pie. She taught me to make black raspberry pie, anything like that, homemade crust, whole 9 yards.
Okay. Well, tell me about the recipes that we made today, the lemon bars and I don't remember the name of
the other one was I call it strawberry jello pretzel salad. The lemon bars were something that I have been eating ever since I was a kid. My mother has always made them. That was something that she made in the spring and summer a lot. They're more or less it's just they're a bar, just a bar square treat, and they're sweet and they get the job done and they're not difficult. She actually, if I remember correctly, her telling me, they were a recipe that came from one of her really good friends from college's mother. The strawberry jello pretzel salad is again something that I like to make in the spring and summer. I think springtime, I think summer, I think strawberries. I love strawberries. I like jello. The combination of the sweet with the Cool Whip and the cream cheese, and the strawberries then offset by the pretzel, that saltiness of the pretzel. Everybody likes that salty sweet, kind of thing. And it's something really easy to put together and take to a picnic or take to a party. And, I've really never found somebody that doesn't like it, so.
Just crack them like normal?
I do, yep, and I do them one at a time.